Welcome back, MechWarriors. This is OldBob10025 with Old Bob's Honest Review Playthrough. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. This game, I don't know how to put it, like, delicately. I don't know how to put it, but it sucks. Not to the extent of Fallout 76 sucky, but it's not a AAA title. It's not a AA title. It's not even an A title. I'm kind of thinking it's like an independent 1999, maybe 29.99 title. It has beautiful visuals, right? You know, it's kind of like one of those J.J. Abrams films, right? If you take out the explosions and the lighting effects, all you have is a crappy story, right? Really, like nothing else to the movie. That's what J.J. Abrams is all about. So if you take out the visuals of this game, like the robots and, you know, like kind of like make it into, say, MechWarrior Online like visuals, or even something else like that, this game would have nothing. There's no meat and potatoes like in this game. Perfect example would be, say, BattleTech from Harebrained Schemes, right? BattleTech, I mean, literally, I care about the pilots. I care about what's going to happen to my dudes. Basically this one, I have a 27-point guy, a 28-point guy turns up in the market. I'm kicking that dude out there like I don't even know the names of the people. Basically, I know the names of the people in BattleTech from Harebrained Schemes because they put meat and potatoes like into it. They have events going on. They got all these different stuff going on. You know, this game doesn't really even sit here and explain the Force Succession War. It just, the map changes. You know, there really wasn't any meat and potatoes like in the game. But don't get me wrong, the visuals are beautiful. You know, it feels like a mech, you know, firing your weapons and doing the stuff like in the Outsider thing. The dropship looks beautiful. The detail they put into it is beautiful. They did a good job on this. But it doesn't draw you in. To tell you the truth, if I was a normal person, didn't know anything about BattleTech, and I played this game, I would want my money back. I literally would want my money back. And not knowing what a Jenner is, not knowing what a Javelin is, or a Centurion, not knowing what a Leopard dropship is, not knowing what the freaking map is, you know. I mean, they have a little bit of, you know, explaining, you know, like what it is, but they needed something inside this for the meat and potatoes of the game, and I would have want my money back. And that's really sad though, because this game's waited 17 years for a MechWarrior Online or MechWarrior Mercenaries title. 17 years, and it's going to be a long time like after that. I just feel it was lackluster. It was more of just wanted to get out and do stuff, and, you know, basically also too, it's like the marketing was not even there. Plus also to, you know, like top it off too, the Russ lying about it going to Epic Game Store, you know, when you knew full well it was going there, but, you know, he goes, oh no, don't worry about it. I don't know, like that whole situation really did not help MechWarrior by Mercenaries, and that's what really kills us for a lot of people, including myself. As far as the Epic Game Store, I don't give a crap about that. It's like whatever. Basically, Chinese ninjas can attack my computer. I don't really care. I have so many other launchers. It's unbelievable. But it's just, if they spent 6 more months on fine-tuning this game, fine-tuning, I'm talking fine-tuning, putting meat and potatoes, events. I mean, why did they just do Harebrained Schemes with first person? That's all they needed to do for this game. I mean, granted, it would have been copying, don't get me wrong, but that's all they needed to do in this game. And it upsets me so much, because I see so much potential like in this, that they really don't, you know, they're fixing bugs, they're fixing some things. The only thing saving this too is also co-op. If this doesn't have co-op, might as well be a $9.99 game. I mean, literally. I mean, co-op is what made this game like what it is. And then even now, everybody I talk to, it's like, yeah, I played that game. That's it. No, if I say, hey, you know, if you play Harebrained Schemes BattleTech, oh yeah, man, played that game, and, you know, Decker did this, and this, my one pilot, you know, hammered the guy in the head, and it was really cool, and, you know, we held off against a guy. That type of stuff I hear all the time for Harebrained Schemes. This game, I mean, literally, if you look at the numbers of people playing this game, streaming the game, it's less than actually MechWarrior Online, and even less than BattleTech sometimes. And BattleTech's been around for 3 years, I think, 2 years. I forgot like which one. Go and correct me, guys. Like if you see this there, been around for a lot longer. And I mean, it's only 2 months that this game has been out. 2 months. Well, December. Okay, 3 months. Been 3 months, right? And it's upsetting. I don't want this to fail. I really don't, because I want it to actually have more games like this. You know, I mean, better games than this one, but more games of BattleTech to increase the franchise. Grab the people, grab the kids, and basically to draw them to the game, so they'll become lifelong members. Draw them into it, you know, type thing, and that's what you want to have in this franchise. Because I mean, like, I'm old. A lot of other people are old. I mean, I've been playing since 1984. You know, about the franchise, I'm playing for a freaking long time, and you know, I'm gonna die. Yes, guys, I'm gonna die. But you know, I'm gonna die, and who's gonna take up that torch? You know, when you have stuff like this where they don't explain anything, they pop out a game just to make some cash. It's not gonna draw the kids in to lifelong like members. It's gonna distort that generation to jump into the game and actually have fun, be totally in depth into it. Catalyst Games Labs, they're doing a good job. You're basically doing a good job about bringing it back, doing books and, you know, doing game stuff like that. The new Clan Invasion's awesome, good ideas, you know, stuff like that. It just feels like this game is just, You know, like I talk to other streamers, I talk to other YouTubers, I talk to like a lot of people like all the time and doing the First Circuit podcast and just, you know, just kind of chatting with them, seeing what's going on, blah blah. And literally, no, they're like, meh. Yeah, I played it for the first, you know, week or two, and you know, 3 weeks, like maybe. We have a couple people that are streaming it. Don't get me wrong, you know, they're, you know, hey, if you like the game, awesome, dude, awesome. You know, I it's just upsetting. It's very upsetting that this game is like this. There's nothing drawing you in. There's no meat and potatoes. No meat and potatoes in this game. The coolest thing to do in this game is to go around once it's 3195. You know, the year 3195, because time doesn't matter. Once you have, you know, $400 billion like in your bank account, the only thing to do really is to go around all the different hubs and collect all the hero becks. That's it. That's about it. You know, it gets repetitive, really easy repetitive, and it's everything else is good as far as the detail and the animations and that kind of stuff. The AI needs a lot of work. It just, this game just has no meat and potatoes like BattleTech does. You know, you care about your company. You know, there's really nothing you can really do for your company. You can't change it. You can't change the logo. You can't change the name. You can't change the, you know, you can't change the pilots. Basically, the pilots have like different things you do for those. You can't do a bunch of different things, of course, to make your own personal type thing. And all it is just, I got a Centurion, I got a Jenner, and I got a Javelin. That's it. That's all it is. That's all this game is. And it's sad. And it's, oh god, this is like rant basically that I shouldn't do, but you know, basically like all the people that, you know, basically, oh, the game sucks, you know. I wanted the best for this game. I really wanted the best for this game, but I have to be honest, and it's sucking basically. I literally only play to make these reviews. This game, I haven't actually touched it. Like, you know, I haven't touched the game beforehand, and that's the main thing that I think that's like, unlike BattleTech, I could sit there and play that forever. You know, basically, I just sat around just kind of getting mechs and like doing missions, because everything is different like in that game. This, it's disappointing, you know, basically. And for this franchise to have something that's like this, I mean look at this. This guy is the same as this guy as far as like detail wise. They didn't have a different pilot, you know, it's the same dude. They didn't have a different pilot. I mean, the detail in this is beautiful, don't be wrong. You know, basically like each of these bomber things have, you know, APMX. They got a little radio there. There's a lot of detail, and I have to commend PGI for the detail they put into this game. It's absolutely amazing. You know, the paint jobs. Like, a perfect example would be like this guy, right? Okay, that's Davion paint job. A new person coming in playing the game, they don't know anything about Davion. Who the hell is Davion? Who's Davion? You know, then you look at the give another example. You look at the star map, and you're like, okay, who's the orange dudes? I don't know who the orange dudes guy are. Who's the green guys? Why does the map change? Well, this half of this part, you know, in the Fourth Succession War, it's 3016 like right now. Who the purple guys, the blue guys, the red guys? I don't know who these people are if I didn't play the game or knew anything about it. And the only thing to really do is, like, you know, the most fun of the game is collecting mechs, and that shouldn't be the game. The game should be actually be a mercenary company, right? I can't do
Ready
anything.
for action.
These
Nice
guys,
dropship, but boring as hell.
these guys are just, I don't know. They look like super troopers, or, you know, like whatever. Basically, the only funny guy is the guy with the butt plug helmet, the old Starly like helmet. That's the only meme. But you see memes for BattleTech for Decker. I mean, hell, I made a T-shirt of Decker. You know, save Decker. You know, and there's a whole bunch of, you know, different things you can do for the pilots. I can't change the names. I can't change what they look like. I can't change the history. I didn't read these guys. You know, I didn't read it. You know, these guys here. Give example. I didn't read this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, whatever. You know, it's no incentive to actually go read that kind of stuff. They do have the, give example here. Let's see if I can get to. Oh God, what is it? No, actually, it's tab. This here, right? Okay, this tells you overview. Let's look at the overview. Okay, okay, inner sphere, hubs. That's it. That's all I tell you. Neutral system, navigation, travel. Travel goes in, traveling. What's a Star League? What's a mech? What is I don't know. You know, who? What are these things? You know, what's the yellow thing? What's the white thing? Why is it white? Why is it green? It doesn't tell you like any of that kind of stuff, and that's what kind of like irks the crap out of me. That person coming in playing this game, the game needed 6 more months, and then another 6 more months of dedicated playtesting, and by not only by the people who are working for PGI, but people like us. You know, BrioS, like the main streamers. Like, I would have loved to go playtest, because I would tell them exactly, this is what you need. This is what you need. You know, this is all the different things that you need for this game. And you're lackluster not actually doing that. And, you know, BrioS or, Rokne, like, you know, Amadeus, he's a great person to go ahead and play test and stuff. You know, people that have, Bishop Steiner would have been a great person to go do this. Mecha, I forgot his name, like Mecha Binus or something like that. I forgot his name, actually. But he would have been a perfect person to go play test this game. A lot of streamers would have been perfect to say, okay, you know, this is what you need here, this is what you need here. Why is it, you know, why don't you have actually, you know, why the pilots, why can't you do this? And so we'll work on it. You got 6 months of dedicated stuff, 1 year. Put it out on Steam and on Epic. Both systems, right? Yeah, you wouldn't make a lot of money there, but at least it's on both systems. Or even wait a year, put on Epic, then another year would have been another year from last year. To be, or, you know, the year after that to be on Steam, right? But at least you would have had a full game. It feels like, you know, basically like, you know, like I was sitting here and thinking about it. Like I said, 80% before, right? It's like I'm looking at it, and I was probably bringing it down to 70%, thinking about new people playing this game, because I sat there and what can a new person look at this game and say, hey, what would I get out of this game? What would this game be for me as a new player? I don't know. You know, and I looked at this game, and I sat there, you know, like this, right? 15, 24 days. Okay, boom, boom, done. I don't care. Don't care. You know, basically, like, you know, my mechs are now finished and done. There's no consequences for that. There's no consequences like for anything. For the time wise, like I'm watching people that are in 3150. I mean, come on. Basically most people just play the game until they get double heat sinks or bigger and better weapons and use those. I mean, granted, I was happy when I got a large pulse laser. I'm like, yeah, I got a large pulse laser. It was like 3023 or something like that. Yeah, I got a large pulse laser. I'm like, yay, this is happiness, And then I started thinking, it's like, well, I could just go ahead and fix, do my mechs and everything, and then get my stuff later on. And that's the problem. That is the problem. It's like there's no meat and potatoes in the game itself. I don't care about the star map, or if I was a new player, I would not want to go play this game whatsoever. I don't know what these things are. I go, House Davion? What's the House Steiner? Granted, a normal person would actually look this stuff up, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, this stuff doesn't really matter. I mean, 30,000 for this guy, that's a medium mech, so I guess it's 30,000. Light mechs are 20,000. So you're looking at this game, and it's just, it's lackluster. It's like 70%. I'm not trying to rag on PGI, don't get me wrong. Please do not get me wrong in that. What I'm trying to do is point out the frustration that I have for a game that good on many levels, but then bad on so many other levels that it balances. It doesn't really balance out, if you know what I mean. It doesn't really balance out on how the game functions and the enjoyment of the game itself. Because literally, like I said, I don't play this game unless it's the playthrough, and I do hope you guys watch. Don't get me wrong, I do. This whole episode is just about me ranting, right? But next episodes will have like other things going on and everything. But God, it's been like 16 minutes already of me ranting. But yeah, it's just God, just it upsets me. It really does upset me. 4 mechs in the hangar. Okay, a normal people would know what the paint schemes, which a lot of paint schemes they're just from this, right? And then even then the Cavalier, right? The Cavalier paint scheme, you're sitting there and you go for the package you get the Cavalier paint scheme. I thought it was for the medium package, and then you get something else for the major package. I think the Interstellar Explorer paint job, right? Doesn't matter. Basically, but you're stuck with this logo, but with the colors. You can't change the logos, right? Buccaneer paint job, what is Davion paint job? What does that mean? What is Kurita? Kurita looks kind of cool, I guess. That type of thing. You could mess around with the paint jobs and everything. But the only thing saving grace of this game is the co-op and the visuals that they have piloting a mech. It does feel like piloting a mech. Don't get me wrong. It's like we are, piloting a mech and everything. That's awesome, and I love that aspect about it. But it just needs some meat and potatoes, and it just lacks that. I think the whole ranch just needs meat and potatoes and just lacks everything about that, right? If they had, and the game even started off with a bunch of bugs, like the co-op bug, that should have been nipped in the butt. That's where you get your playtesting from. You get your playtesting from that. You get your playtesting ideas from different other people that are not working on the game itself. Granted, I'm sure they had playtesters, don't get me wrong, but not enough playtesters from the general audience that have some interest into the game and want to see it succeed. Because I'm sure all of us, the core people Cyclone Jack, or like everyone, BrioS, and Rokne Amadeus, we would all give our best, saying, okay, this, you need to do this, you need to do this, or this would be better if you actually have this. Why do you have that? Type thing. And we would have gave all our best about trying to figure out how to best do this game, and get some positive feedback and even negative feedback too, because that's what a company needs, is negative feedback saying, hey, why'd you do this? This is kind of stupid. That kind of thing. I keep on going back to the co-op bug, right? That was the most irritating crap I've ever. It's like, okay, we got to go restart because someone else was join in. Everyone has to restart the game. We got to go do it again, right? That was garbage. That was such garbage that they should have nipped in the butt in the first time. Granted, I don't know the whole aspect of why that happens, but this is where you get your playtesting from different other people doing this kind of stuff. And I don't know if they knew about it. I don't know if they didn't know about it. So I'm not going to go into that whole jumping into that other sphere of things. But this is the reason why you playtest games, the reason why you do things. Now, this is not on level Fallout 76. Believe me, it's not on level Fallout 76. Nothing can get to that. No one can hold a beer for Fallout 76. They got a case. They got cases of beer just for their screw ups, right? But it needed about another year, okay? And then even then, talking to hearing the devs talk and Russ talk about, oh yeah, we're gonna put in a story too. We're gonna put in a story, a year before, basically a year before. They already had everything else done, but then they decided, oh, we're gonna put in a story now too. We're gonna add a story, and you just sit there and go, oh god, that's the whole thing about BattleTech. It's like why people get into it. The Crescent Hawks, the Crescent Hawks, Mech Commander, all these different other games have great stories. Granted, and then the story they have, like in here, is the standard. You killed my father. I've come to revenge you. That's the thing that they do. There's such a diverse universe, like inside BattleTech, and it's just amazing. Like even talking to Blaine Pardue, talking to him. I mean, they could have just went to Catalyst Games Labs and said, give us a story. We, Mercenaries, story. Give us, those are the two things that we need, right? And that's it. That's all I needed. Basically, talk to Catalyst Games Labs to their writers and say, give us something, But they came up with, kill my father. I must avenge you, and I'm not gonna tell you what happens at the end, but it's okay. It's just upsetting. And I'm not trying to rag on PGI, don't get me wrong, and I keep on saying that too, but I'm not trying to rag on them. I'm not trying to put them down or anything, because I know the artists and the guys put a lot of love into this game. Don't get me wrong on that, but guys, they put a lot of love into this game and put a lot of hard dedication. Rush, did his thing, and Matt Newman did his thing, Chris Laurie did his thing. Everyone put a lot of love and effort into the game. Don't get me wrong, but it just seems like they just needed more time, which people understand. Like Cyberpunk 2077 was the same example. Hey, we need more time. Everybody said okay, no problem. Take your time. Do the game right. Do the game. And so when we purchased that game for $59.99, or the deluxe edition for $99 or whatever, basically, we want to sit there and play a good game for the amount of money we spend for these games, right? And 9 times out of 10, people say, hey, take your time. Don't worry about it. 9 times out of 10. And they don't want another Fallout 76. They don't want another game that's out there that's incomplete, that feels lackluster, that feels that the game is just not there. Take your time, guys. It doesn't matter. This is for all the other, I don't know who else watch this, but other devs and game companies that are out there. Take your time. Playtest the game. Do that, and you will have a solid fan base of guys wanting to play your game, and gals wanting to play your games, and a loyal fan base that will buy your stuff no matter what it is, right? I don't know, this whole episode was just ranting, I guess. Basically, like, the next episode will be, playing all that kind of stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's just, man, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about doing the episode. And, thinking, like, okay, what I'm going to do for this episode, structure on my way home. And it just occurred to me, it's like, I need to get this out. I need to be honest. Of what everything is and how everything is. And I could have done like another episode of like episode 8 is, Bob plays this match, or like whatever. It's 5 game modes. They get repetitive really quickly. So, or I could do this, and I decided to do this instead because I just have to get this off my chest. Like I keep on saying, guys, PGI did a great job on the visuals, the detail they put into this game, everything about it, but it just does not have the meat and potatoes a normal game would have. Because after you're done with the mission, I mean, literally, you're done. You're not gonna do anything else unless you're gonna collect mechs, and that's it. And and for everyone else who loves this game, more power to you, man. Enjoy the game, enjoy BattleTech. Please get your kids into it. get new people like into the game itself, that's not a big deal, right? But it's just I just had to get this off my chest for a long time, and I want to get it like on my chest. Now, I think all the people, all the douchebags that basically were, hammering PGI and hammering me for I'm a white knight and all that kind of stuff. I want to see this game succeed. I really do. I really want to see this game succeed. So I'm trying to give constructive criticism on different aspects of this game, but it's so hard sometimes when you look at things and you look I've been gaming for umpteen years, man. You just don't understand how many games I played, everything in and out of print. You just wow. And I see certain things and I want to say something, but then I don't want to I guess it's more passive aggressive type thing, or trying to figure out how to approach it type thing. But this is I just had to get this off my chest. Anyways, guys, so God, that was a long rant for 25 minutes. Anyways, guys, you have a good day. Enjoy the game. Please enjoy the game. I will have more episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Will be new episodes. This one will be 8, 9 and 10 will be next week, obviously. But we'll be getting more gameplay, everything else. And like I said, man, do enjoy the game. Please watch my videos. Please watch my videos, even though I had this rant here. And have fun and read the books, read the histories, read, just do everything you can to actually increase the viewership of BattleTech, because it is a great franchise. It's just beautiful. I grew up with it and I just love it. I love the BattleTech franchise. Just everything about it. I can find something new all the time. That's the greatest thing about BattleTech. But anyways, guys, you have a good day. Sorry this whole episode was just me talking, but I will get into another episode 9 and 10 will be fighting and robots and that kind of thing. So you guys have a good day. Thank you very, very much, and I do appreciate everything you guys do for me. I appreciate everything you guys do, watching, tweeting, retweeting, liking, all that kind of stuff, man. Commenting on the videos, that definitely does help the it helps the algorithm, and for engagements and everything. And thank you guys. You have a good night, and I'll see you on the battlefield.